KSI and Logan Paul just launched their Prime Hydration drink to combat the billion-dollar sports drink brand Gatorade. This, along with so many other creator-led businesses such as Nelk's Happy Dad and Metacard, Emma Chamberlain Coffee, and Mr. Beast Burger, are slowly on the rise. With creator-led businesses on the rise, we believe the next billionaire is going to be a creator, someone who can leverage their audience and sell a product or service direct to consumer. On this episode, we talk about what it's like to be a creator and why there's no better time to be a creator than right now. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know some other creator-led businesses that you think will hit the $1 billion mark.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been following Fullsend and their new project that they just released, which is the metaverse. They called it the Fullsend Metacard, which is pretty sick on their part. I thought it was gonna be like a Bored Ape, and it's wearing because there were some leaks on it. They were saying happy, like the Bored Ape monkey wearing the I think it was a Happy Dad shirt, or just drinking like a Happy Dad can or whatever. Sure. But the way they put it, like a twist on it, I saw the trailer that they posted on their Instagram. It's pretty sick. It's similar to what we want to do too. So it's very crazy how this universe twists it.
Yeah, I was listening to it before I hopped on this their podcast that they released. On their Metacard. And it's cool to see this doing more utility based.
Yeah,
if anybody knows anything about NFTs, most of them are just JPEGs with cool this one's got a hat, this one's got grills, this one's got a tattoo, whereas they're more utility based, and they want to take Fullsend with their brand and make it into a gym, make it into a hotel, a lobby, a golf course. In order to get in, you have to have the NFT. So it's more like a ticket. It's literally just a ticket. And if you want to buy the ticket, you pay whatever price, and then if you resell it, they get a percentage. It's sort of like their merch stuff. You know how they do the merch? Yeah. Their merch kills it every single time. Yeah. And when people resell the merch, which they do on StockX, now it doesn't get a percentage. But in this case, since it's all digital, they can put a price on it that every time it resells, if let's say they do it for 1 ETH or whatever, that is equal to 304,000, however much dollars it's worth. If it sells for 10 times higher, they get a certain percentage. So I think in that realm, digital is going to get a little crazy. It's
pretty sick though. Just the way the spin, even the trailer was semi cool when I was just watching it. I read the description of how the future for their brand. And I was just thinking, man, it's very, very similar to what Two of Arise is planning, right?
Yeah.
It's just weird to me how the universe, I don't know. Remember that time we wanted to use the song?
Yes.
What was it? Icon Living. And then ended up being on everywhere else. It was crazy.
Yeah, we've done we've done a couple things like that just overlap with some major creators. What was the other one?
I think it was our theme song from season 2, or
that was Icon.
No, our first trailer. It was our first trailer, and then it was in Fullsend's Jesse, Fullsend Jesse's the boxing thing that they did.
The theme music, they just use the same song. Which is not crazy because they use the same website as us, but
hey yo, Fullsend, we have similar ideas. Hit us up. Let's get something going.
Their brand image is completely different than what we're going for.
Yeah, exactly. but hey, man, it'd be good to sit down and have a conversation with them. To be honest,
no, they're smart. They're looking towards the future, which is
100%, which is what you need to do, man. What you need to do.
I mean, speaking of creators and creating things, I'm sure we all know about Logan Paul and KSI's Prime.
Yeah.
Next topic of discussion.
I DM'd him, and I can put up a screenshot. I was like, this is a very unprofessional DM.
Yeah.
But I was hoping it would catch his attention because you just gotta shoot your shot sometimes.
Yes, sir.
and I was like, "Hey, dog," like, and the way I spelled it was DWAG, like dog.
Okay, that's Doag, but okay.
But no, yeah, whatever.
I got you.
Yeah, that way. And I was like, "Hey, man, let's get Prime into Canada. I want to try this thing. And if you need any help with it, like I'm always available. I'll help you out and do it." I'm like, even though I got no connection to whatsoever, I'm just like, "Yo, I love what you do. If you want to get Prime to Canada, let's make it happen."
Yeah,
because I genuinely want to try this, man.
It's a smart move. Smart move.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like
wise. I was reading some stats. They in I think a week, maybe even less, they close to like almost beat. I don't even know. Well, I'm just talking like Instagram followers wise. Their Instagram followers got to like half of what Gatorade was, and since Gatorade's been around for 10 plus years, and they like triple X'd Powerade or whatever, like the North American sports drinks.
It's crazy, bro. Like, think about it though. It's like some of the biggest creators of the world coming together to join in business. That's like one of the smartest things they could have done. Like, obviously they can go and do like a Logan Paul versus KSI 3 boxing match. But like, I feel like this beats it. Like, they come together as friends and they release a new product, which is pretty sick on their part, man.
I'm going to give credit to Colin and Samir, who did a breakdown on this exact same thing. And I watched them a lot, but I'm just going to rephrase what they said. You know how like KSI and Logan were like rivals at first, and they promoted the reason their boxing fights did so well because they had a large audience. Right. So KSI had the UK, Logan had like the US audience, and they both promoted and their fights, and then they came together and they sold numbers. Right? They did it twice, one in UK, once in the US. They're doing the same thing, except together. But in order to like build the storyline, they're rivaling companies. Like, think about it. They didn't have to come out and say, "Hey, we want to beat Gatorade." They specifically made it like public that they want to go against Gatorade, right? So it sort of creates, okay, Prime has, Logan Paul's audience and KSI's, and then Gatorade has their existing 10-year plus. They're not like committed. They may not be as committed as like the Prime audience or the social media audience, but they still have value. And so now the narrative is being built that one company is going directly against another company. And competition sells. Competition sells. And so when they come together, which Colin Samir said that there's a possibility for an acquisition where like Gatorade just says, "Okay, we'll pay $10 billion for your Prime. Yeah. We'll take it." Yeah. And the name stays there, but Prime is just under Gatorade.
Gatorade, yeah.
And then it's like literally the exact same parallel what they did. Like 2 rivals became partners, and then 2 rival sports drinks became partners. Like, shout out to Colin Samir. Those guys are the ones that broke it down. But
yeah, which is smart. I mean, like, I don't think they'll do it though. Like, if you get like a whatever $10 billion deal from Prime, from Gatorade especially, like your competitor offers you to buy their brand, you won in that sake, right?
Yeah, you won.
Like, you won. But that just shows you the power they have. Sure. Like, their audience is so committed that, like, man, I bet whoever's working at Gatorade was shocked.
Yeah.
Like, when they got called out, man, they're like, the CEO was probably like, "Yo, okay, we gotta like backfire. We gotta release a new flavor or something that they can't do." But yeah, man, it's scary. It is scary. But like, I'm thinking about it though. I think like Gatorade is just, it's been there. It's done the numbers. It's like solidified that, hey, we're here to stay for 10 plus years, right? Prime is just like, it's just come out. So like, obviously the first month, the 2 months that is out, the hype is going to be there. Everyone wants to get the views from reviewing it. Obviously Logan's going to reshare the reviewing it. Yeah. But I feel like the hype's going to die down. And that's when it really matters. Can Prime really show that, yeah, we're here to stay? Or is it only just a first launch?
It comes down, like, is it good? Like, is it good? If the product is sincerely good, because like some, you know, these reviews coming out like of their friends, it's like they drink it and they're like, wow,
whoa, yeah.
like, you know, and like, if they can get repeat buyers, like if you drink it once and you're like, I'll get it again, then they have a shot. But if it's just like a gimmick, like, oh, I'm gonna buy it to drink it, to try it, and they don't do it again, then there's a problem.
Yeah, like Gatorade, right? Like when I first tried it, I was like, yo, this is good. And then I would just go back on it because like obviously like it's sports, it's just like it's good recovery fluid, right?
Sure.
I want to try Prime, and especially like 2 flavors. I want to try the orange one and the blue one, because those are the top 2. Gatorade has the top 2 best flavors in my opinion, is blue and orange. Also fruit punch.
I actually like lemon lime. I'm a lemon lime guy, to be honest. I used to put lemon lime Powerade back in New Zealand a lot. So but anyway.
Yeah, but they also have what is it? It's like
purple
ice glacier. It's like it's like white.
I know what you're talking about. Like
but that's so good. It's like, it's almost like lemonade, but not. I have to search it up. Hold on.
Sure. But yeah, they have a chance right here to like really bridge the market. And also Gatorade has made it public that it's hard for them to get into the UK. Like multiple times Gatorade has like said that the only way that people in UK can get Gatorade is if they order through Amazon or eBay. Like there's no direct in retail sort of distribution. But now with KSI being, you know, quote unquote, the king of
UK,
UK with all that like smaller audience or younger audience, there's a chance. There's a chance it could be, you know.
So the flavor, the white flavor that I was talking about is called Glacier Cherry.
Okay.
And it's so good, man.
From Gatorade, right?
Yeah, from Gatorade. Gatorade. Like, man, I think if Logan and KSI can target the athlete side, like, hey, we're here to like. Well, I've looked at the nutritional facts. There's no, like, it's better than Gatorade.
That's what.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And if it actually is, and it tastes better, then they might actually have a chance of staying.
True.
But it just depends. Like, hey, okay, can you last like, for example, can you last 7 episodes, but in drink time? You know what I mean? Can you stabilize 7 flavors or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Right. I think the consistency part comes down to it.
Yeah, it has to be good. It comes down to if the product is phenomenal, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. But also, I also think they're going not only the athlete route, right? Because KSI's audience is much more like gamer oriented, I think, from where it started. So in terms of that, there's no really hydration beverage that targets the gaming community, right? Or especially esports and stuff.
Yeah, well, like there's G Fuel, but
yeah, I only know the big names.
Yeah, the G Fuel, like I think there's Mountain Dew as well, but that's just like, I don't know if it's actually
Mountain Dew's a pop drink.
Yeah, but like gamers are known to drink a lot of Mountain Dew for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a stereotype.
I think maybe like one of the top gamers did like a partnership with, because Doritos and Mountain Dew have done a lot of partnerships with like
gamers.
Yeah, I think so. So that might be why. But it's an interesting world. I was gonna pull up my phone, but I'm using it for recording. But I actually made a list of things. I'm glad we talked about this. I made a list of things that I learned from KSI and Logan Paul's release, because I was watching it happen live.
Yeah, me too. And I recorded
it. Yeah, you sent. I've read it through your thing, and when you sent it. So okay, it's on my phone, so I'm using my phone right now. But I will just try to recall as much as I can. I think the first thing I noticed was, if you have an audience, you can do anything.
Oh, 100%.
Right? It's not like KSI and Logan Paul's are like fluid connoisseurs, if that's the word. Like they're not experts in drinks, right?
No,
You guys
I
are
wouldn't
not
say so.
known for that.
Yeah.
They're not known for that whatsoever. But what they are known for is having an audience. And if you can have an audience, you can do anything. I think the verbiage I used in my notes was the next billionaire, or the next like Mark Zuckerberg, the next Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, I think is going to be a creator. Like someone who creates something. Because if you look at some of these brands out there, and I'm talking like I'm mainly looking at Amazon, which is like an all overall like every sort of industry kind of vibe. But even in the niche space, the next biggest whoever, I don't think it like there's also a chance to be like a software company or something, like that's always there just because everything's going digital. But it's way more likely to be a creator because so many people know that person. If you look at like A-list celebrities, like even people in movies, like let's take The Rock Johnson, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, for example. Like, how much do you really know him? Like, if you don't really follow him, you don't really know his day to day, like you don't know much about his life. But some of these creators, everything about their life is public. You feel like you know them, right? Like you meet someone, it's not like well, it depends on how much of a fan you are, but you've seen them so many times, they're like your friend from one side. They're like, oh, I see you, I watch you all the time, like what's up, right? Whereas some of these A-list celebrities, like, oh my god, that's Drake. Like we don't know what goes on in Drake's life because Drake
we only
put that out there.
We only hear about like the drama stuff, but
the drama. So I think the main takeaway I got was, one, become a creator, or at least build an audience as quick as you can.
100%.
And then two is the next gazillionaire is going to be a creator. And I think Mr. Beast, Fullsend, and some of these bigger creators like we were just talking about, they have an opportunity to really take over here.
Yeah, I mean, if you can move people or even like convince people to follow your lead, like whether that's in creating content, business, like if you can, whether you're an athlete, whatever, right? If you can convince people to follow your lead and be like, hey, this is where we're going to go. Instead of taking a left, we're going to go right. You have a solid chance of like making a lot of money if that's your goal.
Yeah.
But you also have a lot of chance to destroy it, right?
True.
I think there's always like that positive and a negative that comes along with it. Like, yes, Fullsend and all of them have a chance of going big, and they've already done that.
Yeah.
But you could also say like they're changing people's mind, and they're like, yo, like it's like having the Instagram as like a highlight reel, right? Like they're not showing, they're showing the highlight of Fullsend. You don't get to like, yeah, they party, they have this crazy lifestyle, they pull pranks, but they do that for the camera. I don't think they do that on like a daily basis, like,
yeah.
So there's that whole side to it. I feel like, but I agree with what you're saying. Like the next billionaire, trillionaire will be someone who's like an influencer or a creator, because that's where our world is going, digital. Like someone who can move people, you're there, my friend. Congratulations, you made it.
I also think these platforms like Instagram, like Facebook, like YouTube, they're gonna shut down. Like they already have to extent. Like they're gonna censor people like Fullsend.
Yeah.
Well before even making an impact, and that's why they're forced to like result to their own platforms and build their own website and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's an interesting world for sure. That
like I also sometimes don't agree with like censoring, if we're on that topic. Like we have like, it depends on the situation, right? Like if it's negative, then censor it. But Fullsend is known for their brand. So like you already know what's coming with Fullsend. the phrase itself just like kind of tells you that it's like wild, the wild side of life, like going beyond the extraordinary. So why why flag them and all that stuff? Like if they're making you money, like it is what it is.
It's for advertisers though. Like they're not, like YouTube's not doing it. Like YouTube knows they bring in views. Like YouTube knows that their audience is going to be interacting with their video. For YouTube, it's fine, but YouTube's business model is making money, right? Through advertisements. Like they're not making, like YouTube's not selling direct to consumer. They're not selling like a product that they want people to come to YouTube for. The ads you see before the video is what pays YouTube. Is what pays YouTube. So like in that sense, I do see a way, because like if there's a Huggies commercial, right? Like
on a Fullsend video,
on a Fullsend, or like take any brand.
Yeah,
the brand themselves may not want their content on like let's say a Nelk episode.
Yeah.
Right. Even though a certain portion of the population may enjoy it, it comes down to money in the end, right? The brand's gonna be like, yo, I'd rather have my ad in front of this audience. Let's take, and not just any creator, right? They'd rather put it there. And because of those reasons, YouTube is sort of forced to censor these platforms.
That's a good way of looking at it.
I think it comes down to money, is because YouTube, obviously YouTube is aware of Nelk, right? Yeah. Or even, I'm sure there's more out there, but Nelk's just the prominent example, just because who we're talking about them right now. But there's tons of channels out there. Yeah, but that's the reason. Yeah, it comes down to money in the end, right? YouTube's got to make money in the end. YouTube has to make money.
But do you think it's gonna last?
Yeah, I think YouTube's gonna be here for a while.
Really?
I do think so.
I think I don't know. I don't think like the way that we consume TikTok, like YouTube, other people don't, in my opinion. Like we're consuming from fan bases, but we're also consuming from a competitor basis.
Sure.
So like when like the extraordinary person wouldn't look at an impulsive episode and like break down every single word and how they phrased it, and we've done so much research. So like, but there's also like that aspect in like 10 years of where metaverse is going, where this whole like digital space is going. I think it's not gonna intrigue people the same way that like it did to our generation.
Maybe like not in an entertainment standpoint, but you have to remember, like, YouTube is the second largest search engine. Like, if you need to search how to remove a light bulb or tie a tie, that's the prominent example, right? Like, where else are you gonna go to search how to tie a tie? Funny you said that.
I did that like 2 hours ago.
Exactly. You go to YouTube. You're not Googling how to tie a tie, even though there are lists, like many websites that will show you how to tie a tie on Google, but it's just so easy just to watch a video and do it. So I think in terms of that category, like the search engine aspect of it, I don't think it's going anywhere. Some of the entertainment stuff may transfer over into different forms for sure. We're seeing the entertainment transfer over in like TikTok as well. Like if you only watch YouTube for like entertainment, you could do the same thing on TikTok, kind of.
Yeah.
The difference on YouTube, I also think, is you get to choose what you really want to watch. On TikTok, it's kind of fed to you, even though it's very accurate most of the time. Like, it's sort of fed to you. But I do think YouTube's here for a long, just in terms of like the search engine side of it and non-entertainment wise. It's gonna be here.
That's smart. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it too.
It's gonna be here. And also like the creator side as well. Because not only does YouTube need people to watch, they need people to create as well. And YouTube has done the best by far for paying out these creators. I think it's almost 50-50.
Yeah.
I think so. I might be wrong on the number. But TikTok, it's nothing.
Yeah, they don't pay as much.
Look at TikTok, like you could get 1,000 views for 7 cents. I think it's less. YouTube.
Yeah, more from ads than
Yeah, on YouTube, 1,000 views could be worth as much as $14, I think.
Yeah,
is the highest in finance or something like that. I might be wrong, but so in terms of that, because so that way the creators, people are more enticed to like, okay, I can make a real living off YouTube,
and they do. Yeah, it's done. People done that. So
yeah, so that way, I think that YouTube is here for a while, and I think if you talk to major creators as well, like they're gonna say the same. Like Mr. Beast has said it multiple times. He's back in YouTube to the day he dies. You know.
Yeah, and he better, because I'll have no content. I'll have no content to watch. Mr. Beast is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, man. But that's also like, it gives me like the hope of like, we have some good stuff going on. Like, bro, the ordinary person can become famous nowadays. Like, one video goes viral of yours, if you can keep it up from there, you're gonna be in a very good spot.
Yeah,
like financially, wherever you're going for, once you make it, you make it, man. Yeah, you just gotta make it.
True. But again, we got to see like these, can you keep it up? It comes to everything. Like,
yeah,
consistent. Like if one video pops off and that's it,
yeah,
this relevancy is, everything. So can you sustain it for 10 years?
Yeah,
because since this internet thing is so quick, so fast, you may be gone tomorrow, fam. Like,
yeah,
we realize that too. Like,
yeah,
we're limited by how much work we put in. It's not, that's how we're limited. If we don't record an episode, nothing happens. Like, we don't grow.
Yeah,
at all.
Right?
That's true. It's just normal. Like it's not like, oh, I have to go to work, I have to punch in this many times. If I work 8 hours, I'm getting paid this much.
Yeah,
not like that. For us, it's like
we're barely
we have to continue going. Otherwise, it just ends. It ends.
Yeah. But I also believe we talked about this on like episodes ago. It's like, if we can stick to it, if you can stick through it of anything, like eventually it's down to pay out.
I think so.
Like, it's down to do something. Yeah, I think this is a perfect way to end off the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning into our Boys Only episode. If you haven't already, subscribed. Get us to 1,000 subscribers in 2022, please. And we're live every Tuesday morning on the UMFM radio station 101.5 FM. We're on YouTube. We're on all streaming platforms. And until next time, peace.